Okay, we are streaming live at this time. The court is going to bring in, counsel, who would you like me to bring in first?
Mr. Pata, P-A-T-T-A-H.
Okay, the court is bringing in Jerry Pata.
Sally Irwin on behalf of Mr. Pata.
Yes.
Mr. Pata, please state your first and last name for the record.
Jerry Patah, P-A-T-T-A-H.
Thank you. Calling case P111-7765, City of Detroit versus Jerry Pata, and also calling case P111-7841, City of Detroit versus Jerry Pata. Appearances for the record.
Sally Irwin on behalf of Mr. Pata. Please state your full name, Mr. Pata.
Jerry Patah, P-A-T-T-A-H.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, my apologies.
Judge, we're going to waive arraignment, and there is an offer responsible to blockading, no points, with dismissal of the rest of the matters. We're prepared to move forward with that offer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Pata, please raise your right hand for the court. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
I do.
Okay, you may lower your right hand at this time. Counsel Irwin, have you, you may lower your hand, sir. You can lower your hand, thank you. Miss Attorney Irwin, have you advised Mr. Patah of his advice of rights today?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Patah, do you
Yes.
understand the recommendation where you will be pleading guilty to an amended charge to blockading and all cases will be dismissed? Is it your wish to move forward with this plea recommendation today, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Patah, counsel, Mr. Patah, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything to tender a plea of responsible today?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything
No.
to tender a plea of okay.
No, ma'am.
And are you pleading responsible on your own free will?
Responsible for what?
Are you pleading responsible on your own free will?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Patah, counsel, are you and your client stipulating to the face of this ticket for purposes of the factual basis?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Okay, the court is satisfied and will accept your client's plea of responsible to an amended charge to blockading pursuant to the recommendation with stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Patah, the state of Michigan imposes a statutory fine in the amount of $175 for civil infraction of blockading. You have 14 days to make payment on this, sir. Payment will be due by March 29th. Are you
Okay,
able
no
to make
problem, no
payment
problem.
by March 29th? Mr. Patah, are you able to make payment? Mr. Patah, are you able to make payment by March 29th?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how to make payment to this court?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Patah, this does conclude your hearing today. Do you have any questions or concerns?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a great day. Goodbye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Okay, all right. Counsel, who would you like next?
Pauling, P-A-U-L-I-N-G.
I still have an offer on Pete.
First name Savannah.
Here, you said.
Savannah Pauling, P-A-U-L-I-N-G.
Okay. Bringing in Pauling now. Good afternoon, Ms. Pauling.
Good afternoon.
Okay, calling case 397844, City of Detroit versus Savannah Pauling. Appearances for the record.
Sally Irwin on behalf of Miss Pauling. Miss Pauling, state your full name.
Savannah Veronique Pauling.
Judge, we're going to request a trial date in this matter.
Counsel, for purposes of arraignment, how do you and your client plead?
We'll
Not-
waive arraignment, Judge.
Okay, a plea of not guilty will be entered on your client's behalf, and you're requesting a trial date. We are going from arraignment to pretrial, counsel.
Okay,
Okay. Ms. Pauling, the court will continue your not guilty plea in these matters and schedule these matters for a pretrial date of May 10th, 2021 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Counsel, I will give you a second to speak, Ms. Pauling. Counsel, did you review the advice of rights with Ms. Pauling?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Pauling, what was your question, ma'am?
Oh, no, I didn't have a question. No question.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something. Okay, Ms. Pauling, again, like I stated, your pretrial date will be May 10th, 2021 at 8:35 a.m. Ms. Pauling, are you still located on Fielding Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the court will be entering a personal bond in the amount of $0. What that means, ma'am, is that you do not have to pay anything to return to this court. This court will rely upon your appearance today that you will return on this date and time, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and you will receive a new notice in the mail with your hearing date and time scheduled for your next pretrial date, okay, to that address that you confirmed to us on the record today, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions or concerns before we conclude today?
No.
Okay, you have a great day. Be
You
safe.
too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Counsel, who are you? I have Paul Hughes. Is he representing one?
No, he's supposed to be assisting, Sally, but we don't need.
Okay, I'm gonna bring in Attorney Hughes and excuse him, okay? Attorney Irwin,
Yes,
I'm going to bring in Attorney Hughes so I can excuse him, okay?
yes, Your Honor.
Attorney Hughes?
Yes, good afternoon.
Hi,
How are
good
you?
afternoon. Good, I'm fine. Attorney Hughes, we don't need any assistance here today, okay?
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, I
Thank
know,
you.
I know Sally's very efficient. Hi, Sally. Goodbye. Thank you.
Hi,
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Who would you like to talk to next?
Asante Perry.
Okay. Mr. Perry, please unmute yourself. All right, good afternoon. Calling case P, thank you. Calling case P1117379, City of Detroit versus Asante Perry. Also calling case P1117373, City of Detroit versus Asante Perry. Appearances for the record.
Sally Irwin on behalf of Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry, please state your full name.
Asante Perry.
Thank you. Counsel, how are we proceeding for purposes of arraignment?
Judge, we're going to waive arraignment and plead guilty to the offer, which is 1 count of improper plates, no points, and 1 count of blockading. It's an amendment to blockading with dismissal of the rest of the matters.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Perry, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give to the court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes.
Okay, you may lower your right hand at this time. Counsel, did you review Mr. Perry's advice of rights with him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Perry, do you understand the plea recommendation as counsel has stated, and are you willing to enter into this plea recommendation today?
Yes.
Mr. Perry, do you understand that if I accept your plea of guilty today, that you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
Do you understand that you'll be giving up your right to have witnesses called in your defense at trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to testify or to remain silent without any inference being drawn from
Yes.
your silence? And
Yes.
do you understand giving up your presumption of innocence and the requirement that guilt be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perry, the court would like to know, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything beyond this plea recommendation to get you to tender a plea of guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perry, the court would like to direct your attention to the date of September 24th, 2020 at approximately 4:10 p.m. Were you in the area of Van Dyke Street northbound direction and Outer Drive in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you driving a 2006 black Chrysler vehicle?
Yes.
And on that date, time, and location, were you driving a vehicle with improper plates?
Yes.
Counsel, are you satisfied with the factual basis for this plea?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Counsel, on case P1117373, do you and your client stipulate to the face of this ticket for purposes of the factual basis?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Counsel, court is satisfied, will accept your client's plea of guilt, a plea of responsible to an amended charge to blockading pursuant to the recommendation with the stipulation of probable cause. Will
So
accept your client's
stipulated. Sorry.
Thank you. The court will also accept your client's plea of guilty as charged to one count of improper plates on case ending in 17379 and will dismiss all other cases without prejudice with stipulation of probable cause as to all counts.
So stipulated.
Thank you, counsel. Counsel, at this time, would you please address this court prior to sentencing in this matter?
No statement.
Mr. Perry, are you employed, sir?
Yes.
Okay, is that full-time employment for you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perry, the state of Michigan imposes a mandatory statutory fine of $175 for blockading. That's to be paid within 14 days, sir. That means it's due on March 29th. Are you able to make that payment by March 29th?
Yes.
Okay. Also, for purposes of the misdemeanor that you pled guilty to, the court is going to impose a minimum fine of $5, mandatory court costs in the amount of $190, leaving you with a balance of $195, okay?
Okay.
The court will make that payment due by March 29th as well.
So the total was 195?
Total is $195, but you also owe the $175 for the civil infraction,
Okay.
okay? Also, Mr. Perry, do you know how to make payment to 36th District Court?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Perry, do you have any questions or concerns before we conclude your hearing today, sir?
No.
Okay, Mr. Perry, at this time, the court is going to remove you from the courtroom. You have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And I have Emmett Patton. Have you spoken to Emmett Patton?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, bringing Emmett Patton into the courtroom now. Emmett Patton, are you there by phone?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're ready to call your case, sir. Calling case 440452, City of Detroit versus Emmett Patton. Appearances for the record.
Sally Irwin
Yes.
on behalf of Mr. Patton. Please state your full name, Mr. Patton.
My full name is Emmett David Payton.
My apologies for mispronouncing your last name, Mr. Payton. Counsel, for
That's
purposes,
okay.
thank you. Counsel, for purposes of arraignment, how would you and your client like to plead?
We're going to waive arraignment, Your Honor. There's an offer on the table and we're prepared to move forward with a plea to improper plates with dismissal of the rest of the matters.
Okay. Mr. Payton, are you waiving your presence to have this case heard in person today, and are you agreeing to proceed by way of phone on the Zoom portal today, sir?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, Mr. Payton, can you please raise your right hand for the court and let the court know when it's raised?
All right, right hand is raised.
Okay, do you swear or affirm the testimony you'll give to this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, the court will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Mr. Payton, the court understands that you are waiving your trial rights today and you would like to enter into a plea. Attorney Irwin, have you advised Mr. Payton of his rights today?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Payton, do you understand the plea recommendation where you would plead guilty to 1 count to improper plates with all other cases being dismissed? Is it your wish to proceed with this plea today, sir?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Payton, do you understand that if I accept your plea guilty today, that you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, I do. Yes, yes.
Okay, and do you understand that, and do you also understand that you'll be giving up your right to have witnesses called in your defense at trial?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that you'll be giving up your right to cross-examine any prosecution witnesses at trial?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that you'll be giving up your right to testify or to remain silent without any inference being drawn from your silence?
Yes, I understand.
And do you understand that you're giving up your presumption of innocence and the requirement that guilt be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. Mr. Payton, has anybody threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything beyond this plea recommendation to get you to tender a plea of guilty?
No, they have not.
And are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
That's correct.
Okay. Mr. Payton, at this time, the court would like to direct your attention to the date of October 18th, 2020 at approximately 5:30 p.m. Were you in the area of 7 Mile and Greenview Street in the city of Detroit?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and were you driving a 2005 black Pontiac vehicle?
No, it's a 2007 Tarot.
Okay, and on that day, time, and location, were you driving a vehicle with improper plates?
Yes, I was.
Okay, counsel?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, the court is satisfied and will accept your client's plea of guilty as charged to 1 count to improper plates pursuant to the recommendation with the stipulation of probable cause, and will dismiss counts 2 and 3 without prejudice with stipulation of probable cause.
So stipulated.
Thank you, counsel. Counsel, at this time, please address this court on behalf of your client.
No statement, Your Honor.
Mr.
Oh,
Payton,
thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome, Mr. Payton. Mr. Payton, how, are you employed, sir?
No, I'm on SSI.
Okay, and, have you put new plates on that car?
I'm going to. I got everything. I'm right at the last stage of getting the plates and registration and tabs. I am so close. I am one trip away from the Secretary of State of going to get this thing, and when I get some money in my account, I'm gonna take care of all of that. I guarantee you that.
Okay, all right, Mr. Payton. Mr. Payton, the court is gonna give you a break and waive all costs and fines in this matter, as the court finds that you are suffering from a manifest financial hardship as you are currently only receiving SSI and not employed, okay? I want you to get plates on that car, sir, okay?
Okay, I will do. I guarantee you that. I don't want no trouble.
I believe you, Mr. Payton. Okay, you have
I
a great
won't.
day.
You too
Thank
as
you,
well,
Judge.
and stay safe. Stay safe.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, counsel, we have one more person you need to speak with, Pete